Messi is not just the best player of this generation. He might be the best of all time. That's not just any fan speaking. Those are the words of Pep Guardiola, the mastermind behind Barcelona's most dominant era. But what made Guardiola say that? What did Messi do that left even the most brilliant tactical minds in complete shock? Let's unravel the story of how Lionel Messi changed football in ways no one thought possible. In the small neighborhood of Rosario, Argentina, a boy named Lionel Messi took his first steps into a world that seemed stacked against him. His tiny frame and shy demeanor hid a secret that even he didn't fully understand yet. He was destined to change football forever. Born into a working-class family, young Messi's life wasn't paved with luxury or privilege, but he didn't need it. His days were spent chasing a ball around makeshift pitches, where talent mattered more than pedigree and where raw passion was the only currency. But Messi's story was far from ordinary. At the tender age of 10, he faced a devastating diagnosis: growth hormone deficiency, a condition that loomed like a shadow, threatening to destroy his dream before it even began. For most, this would have been the end of the road. How could someone so small, so fragile, ever hope to compete in a sport ruled by towering athletes and unyielding physicality? Yet, in a twist that feels almost mythical, this so-called weakness became the catalyst for his unparalleled strength. When FC Barcelona offered to cover his medical expenses and bring him to Spain at the age of 13, it was more than just a lifeline. It was the beginning of a revolution. Messi left behind everything he knew, his home, his family, his childhood, to step into a new country, a new culture, and a world where expectations loomed impossibly large. At La Masia, Barcelona's legendary academy, he honed his craft with an intensity that bordered on obsession. Coaches stood in shock, marveling at his ability to control the ball as if it were an extension of his own body. But what truly set him apart wasn't just his technical brilliance. It was his vision, his understanding of the game, and his quiet, unyielding determination to rewrite its rules. Lionel Messi didn't just play football, he reinvented how it could be played, revolutionizing tactics in ways no one thought possible. To truly understand his impact, you must dive into the genius of his role on the pitch, where he blurred the boundaries of traditional football positions and left defenders chasing shadows. One of the most iconic moments of tactical evolution came under Pep Guardiola at Barcelona.
Cap a la dreta per Xavi, assistència de Xavi, més cap a la dreta per Messi, Messi, immens Messi, encara 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 Messi, gol, 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 gol.
It was 2009, the height of Barcelona's tiki-taka dominance, when Guardiola made a decision that would send shockwaves through the footballing world. He deployed Messi as a false nine. Traditionally, a number 9 was a powerful striker, the kind of player who dominated the penalty area and scored goals with ease. But Messi turned this role on its head. Instead of staying in the box, he dropped deep, almost like a midfielder, pulling defenders out of position and creating chaos in their defensive lines. The brilliance of this tactic lay in its unpredictability. Defenders, accustomed to marking a stationary striker, were suddenly dragged out of their comfort zones. When they followed Messi into midfield, it left gaping holes in their backline, a nightmare for defenders. When they hesitated, Messi had all the space he needed. And what did he do with it? He ran at them fearlessly, or unleashed his deadly precision-engineered passes. In that role, Messi wasn't just a goal scorer. He was an orchestrator of chaos. He threaded through balls with jaw-dropping accuracy to teammates like Xavi, Iniesta, and a young Pedro. It was mesmerizing. It was genius. The false 9 wasn't just a position. It was a statement, a declaration of a new way to think about football, revolutionary. Teams around the world scrambled to imitate it, but let's be honest, none could replicate the magic of Messi at its heart. Then there was Messi's absolute mastery on the right wing. Traditionally, wingers were expected to simply run down the flank and deliver crosses, but no, Messi shattered this mold entirely. Playing on the right, but cutting inside onto his stronger left foot, he opened up entirely new dimensions of play. Defenders were left with impossible choices: follow him inside and leave the flank exposed, or let him cut in and risk him unleashing a thunderous shot, or a killer pass that would slice through defenses like a blade. This inverted winger role wasn't just effective, it was revolutionary. It inspired an entire generation of players. Think Mohamed Salah, think Arjen Robben. They didn't just follow the style, they became icons of it. All thanks to Messi's genius. What makes Messi's tactical influence even more astonishing is his unbelievable adaptability across eras and systems. From Guardiola's legendary tiki-taka to Luis Enrique's electric counter-attacking style, Messi remained the focal point, seamlessly adjusting his role to suit the needs of the team. Under Argentina's national team setups, where tactics often lacked cohesion, Messi became a one-man army, orchestrating play, scoring goals, and carrying the team on his shoulders. Whether as a deep-lying playmaker, a false nine, or a traditional forward, Messi's ability to interpret and master different roles has set him apart as a footballing chameleon. Lionel Messi's career is a monument to greatness, and his records stand as the foundation of his legendary status. Among them, his 8 Ballon d'Or wins form the pinnacle of individual achievement in football. No player in the history of the sport has claimed the award more times, and each triumph tells the story of a player who not only excelled, but redefined excellence. Messi's first Ballon d'Or came in 2009 when he led Barcelona to an unprecedented treble, winning La Liga, the Copa del Rey, and the Champions League. That season, he was unstoppable, scoring 38 goals across competitions and delivering moments of magic. One such moment, a towering header in the Champions League final against Manchester United, a feat remarkable for a player of his stature. This was the beginning of an era where Messi seemed to win at will. In 2010, Messi secured his second Ballon d'Or as part of a Barcelona side that continued to dominate European football. Critics claimed he benefited from playing alongside Xavi and Iniesta, two midfield maestros, but Messi silenced them by proving he wasn't just a part of the system, he was the system. His dribbling vision and finishing elevated the team, and his consistency made the impossible seem routine. The third and fourth Ballon d'Ors came in 2011 and 2012, cementing Messi as not just the best of his generation, but possibly the best of all time. The 2012 calendar year was nothing short of miraculous. Messi shattered records by scoring 91 goals in 12 months, surpassing Gerd Muller's long-standing record of 85. Can you even imagine? Whether it was La Liga, the Champions League, or international duty, Messi was an unstoppable force. As years passed, the Ballon d'Or became a stage for the Messi versus Ronaldo debate, with the two titans of football trading accolades. But in 2015, Messi pulled ahead again, guiding Barcelona to another treble under Luis Enrique. His performances that season were a masterclass in creativity and efficiency, highlighted by his famous dribble past Jerome Boateng and Manuel Neuer in the Champions League semifinal against Bayern Munich. It wasn't just the goals or assists, it was the way he played, making the extraordinary seem effortless. The next few years saw Messi narrowly miss out on the award, but he returned to claim his sixth in 2019 after a remarkable season where he scored 51 goals and carried Barcelona to another La Liga title. Even as he aged, Messi adapted his game, becoming more of a playmaker without losing his scoring touch. His ability to evolve kept him at the pinnacle of the sport, a feat unmatched by his peers. Then came 2021, the year Messi finally ended his international drought. Leading Argentina to Copa America glory, he was the tournament's top scorer, top assister, and best player. This triumph solidified his legacy, not just as a club legend, but as a national hero. The Ballon d'Or that followed was a testament to his resilience and ability to shine on every stage. The eighth Ballon d'Or, won in 2023, may be the most symbolic of all. It came on the heels of his crowning achievement, leading Argentina to World Cup glory in 2022. Messi's performances in Qatar were the stuff of legend. He scored 7 goals, provided 3 assists, and delivered when it mattered most, scoring twice in the final against France and converting his penalty in the shootout. This victory wasn't just about the trophy, it was about completing a career that had already reached unimaginable heights. For many, it ended the GOAT debate once and for all. Messi's Ballon d'Or wins are more than just trophies. They represent the evolution of a player who has transcended football, a player who has redefined greatness with every touch of the ball. 8 times he has stood as the best. But his influence on the game, his artistry, and his magic ensure that his legacy will resonate forever. Lionel Messi's influence on football extends far beyond statistics, trophies, and accolades. His legacy isn't just confined to the goals he's scored or the records he's shattered. It's etched in the very soul of the game. Messi reminds us, in a world increasingly dominated by science, analytics, and physicality, that football is an art form. It's a canvas where imagination and creativity triumph over brute force and calculated efficiency. In his every move, Messi transcends the sport, elevating it to something poetic. There's an almost mystical quality to watching Messi play, an unspoken connection he seems to share with the ball. His dribbling isn't just about bypassing defenders. It's a dialogue, an intimate conversation between his feet and the leather sphere. When he weaves through defenders, there's no brute strength, no visible struggle, just an effortless flow, as if he's bending reality to his will. In a game where so much is rehearsed, Messi's spontaneity is a breath of fresh air, a reminder that football's greatest moments are born not from a playbook, but from sheer, unfiltered instinct. In an era of rigid tactics and hyper-athleticism, Messi represents the triumph of the artist. His genius lies not in overpowering opponents, but in outthinking them. While others sprint past defenders, he glides. While others blast shots, he caresses the ball into the net. His game is a symphony, each touch a note, each movement a crescendo, building to moments of pure euphoria. It's why, even in a stadium of 90,000 roaring fans, there's often a gasp, a collective intake of breath, when Messi has the ball. He doesn't just play, he creates. But Messi's artistry isn't just aesthetic, it's deeply human. His game evokes emotion in a way few athletes in any sport can. When he smiles after scoring, it's the joy of a kid playing in the streets of Rosario, unburdened by the weight of history or expectation. When he celebrates with his teammates, there's a genuine warmth that reminds us that, at its core, football is a team game, a shared experience of passion and love. His humility, despite his godlike talent, makes his genius all the more compelling. Perhaps the most profound aspect of Messi's impact is the way he connects with fans. For many, football is more than a sport. It's a language, a culture, a way of life. Messi speaks to that, not with words, but with his game. He inspires not just admiration, but a deep, visceral love for football. He's the player who makes people fall in love with the game all over again, who reminds us why we started kicking a ball around as kids. His brilliance isn't just a display of skill. It's a celebration of what football is meant to be, beautiful, joyous, and deeply emotional. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed uncovering Messi's legacy, there's plenty more where that came from. Check out my other videos for more deep dives into the legends, tactics, and moments that shaped football. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and let me know your thoughts in the comments below.